hell are you doing? Damn. Trying to see what this cat's doing. Hey, yo. What's up? Happy Sunday. Oh my god. Yo. Life update. I have made it through the weekend. I have no clue what the week has in store for me. So, I have no clue what the week has in store for me. How it's gonna go. Okay. Oh my gosh. This cat like really likes me. Hi. And listen, I don't be doing cats. Black cats are supposed to be good luck. They got a bad reputation over the years. But they're supposed to be good luck and royalty. So, hello, my fellow Eno Sook fan. Good morning. Or good afternoon, wherever you're checking in from. Look at this kitty out. Oh my gosh. Hey, Maggie. Good morning. Oh my goodness. You can't get any closer than you already are, kitty cat. Hello, Jesus or Jesus. I'm thinking Jesus every day. Oh, okay. I'm staying at a friend's place right now. Stayed for the weekend. This is a girl. She has two black cats. This one is Cleo. This one's Cleo. The one with the little white. That. This is Cleo. Cleo. Hi, Cleo. And she's been coming in here all night. And I'm like, I just had so much trauma at the last place I was at. They wouldn't let us touch their cats. So they would come into our room, though they wanted to. And I'd have to like kick them out the room because me and my daughter wasn't allowed to touch their cats. So I guess this is a sign. So it's my cuddle buddy. And my daughter's behind my back. I have two cuddle buddies. Hi. And I have so much trauma with cats. But my daughter really likes the cat. Especially black cat. She like goes straight for the black cat. So I might have to get a cat when we get our own place. I don't really want to. I want to get two dogs. But we'll see. Hi. So, ooh, oh my goodness. So, I was saying I just wanted to thank God for getting us through the weekend and allowing my good friend, hi that guy, my good friend Natalie, to let us stay here for the weekend. And I don't know how the week's gonna go. However, I'm so close to my daughter's school right now, so I can get her to school no problem, at least for the week. And then, especially for tomorrow, um, we're literally like two streets. That's so funny. I was just taking two buses to get my daughter to school, and now we're just two um two streets away. Hi. Oh, you think so? I think it's because I'm rubbing her. She's like, what do cats do? Purring. Hi. Thank you, that guy. I hope you have a good day too. I think I'm gonna have a good day. I rested over the weekend. I was so exhausted. Running from my life for my life again. And trying to be like, I'm not taking anybody's crap, yo. I have my daughter to think of and not having a plan and living on a prayer and just moving my stuff with no plan, being on God's time and God's plan, and doing what God tells me to do when He tells me to do it. So, like I said, I don't know how the week's gonna go, but God has a plan. And when God tells me to move or go, I don't wait, I just go. And that's how we ended up here, sleeping, rubbing cats, where we couldn't just rub cats. And just having some peace of mind. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say snoring, yawning, but I am so tired. I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night. I was on and off, honestly, because my mind is just thinking about so much stuff, like all the stuff I just went through again, and then a compound effect of all the stuff I just went through this year. You know, my lips are so dry. I'm like, God, I need to get to a place where I can really take care of myself, and because I'm just getting through the day. I am really like survival of the fucking fittest. Like, what's that show? Survivor, man. I'm a survivor. And I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. Yo, that's why funny. Yeah. And you know, I don't know if you believe that God could change your life suddenly. But I wholeheartedly believe that because I've had so many suddenlies in my lifetime where my life has literally just changed overnight. No warning, no prep, no plan, just pivots and adjust. And so I believe that my life is supposed to change suddenly, expeditiously, instantaneously, and my path to good is going from good to great is starting. And I think honestly this week, like, I just had too many suddenlies where I just wake up and my life's different. And this year, my life has been like different so many times, so many places, spaces, people. but the wrong people, places, and spaces with horrible experiences that I just suffered through and suppressed and survived and then ran away from. And I'm gonna get to a place where I could just live how I wanna live and get back to like on my schedule, on my routine that I was doing for myself. I haven't had a smoothie or fresh juice or been able to like really cook the way that I want, the meals that I want. I've been literally living off of rice and beans and freaking Celsius's. Okay. When you start doing that, you gotta go. And not sleeping properly, not eating properly, or not taking care of myself properly. From survival to suddenly, man. Like, suddenly, I'm just gonna be in my own spot. And it's gonna be a temporary, my own spot. But I'm gonna be in my own spot that I could just do and kind of like regroup. And then, you know what? I don't even know I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm thinking like temporary, like, yeah, I'm gonna just be in. I'm finally gonna get temporary housing. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I'm gonna get my miracle. I'm gonna get my breakthrough. And I'm gonna just be in a place I never imagined. And my mind keeps getting blown little by little. But the end of the year is approaching, my break is approaching, and I'm gonna get my mega mind blowing miraculous miracle. What's up? What's up? Hi. Hello. And I'm just gonna be like, God, this is more than what I asked for, more than what I thought I would receive. Because you know what? On Friday, I was so scared. I was just like, and in the moment, I'm like, you know what? I'm not taking nobody's stuff. I own, I'm going to the only thing that I own, which is that trailer. And I'm gonna move my stuff back in there for the last time. Not moving this stuff, taking this stuff from house to house, from place to place. I am exhausted. I'm not moving this stuff no more. And I moved it. And after the second trip of moving the stuff in, I started to be paranoid. And I'm like, dang, I've had so much stuff I've accumulated. I have so many things. I could live in here. I'm gonna try to get my chips. Go, 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 go. I've had so many. It's 2 packs, and then I'm like, I could stay in here, but obviously my daughter can't. And then we're right outside from her dad. I don't want to be here. Like, this place, I'm scared. I'm scared of this person. I don't know what they'll do. I'm gonna be harassed if I stay in here. And I had mentally prepared myself Like, you know what? If he tries to go on DCF on me or tries to make a file or complaint, because he already tried to do that. Just being spiteful, just being mean, just wanting to cause me pain, wants to take my kid away from me, and, wants to poison me, wants to harm his kid. So I start like reliving all the stuff that I just ran away from. I'm like, I'm not sacrificing my kid. Again, I already have been in that position where I'm trying to like I'm trying to play stupid games to win stupid prizes when he locks me up. And then I'm trying to figure out, why do you have me in here? Why do you want me on medication? Why do you want me a vegetable? And, my kid was being harmed. And then staying when I got out and then seeing it happen in real time in my face and feeling like weak and feeling like I can't do anything about what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing. And this person, like, I don't know who you are. And I don't think I ever knew who you were. And what did I fall in love with? And what am I, like, I'm in a spider web of, like, lies and confusion and manipulation. And what is this? So I was having all those feelings. And then I hurry up and, oh, this is outside. I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm having all those feelings. Oh, you hear it too? It's the birds. It's the birds. I'm having all those feelings. And I hurry up and put all the rest of my stuff in there. And then I started walking and I'm like, I'm not coming back. I said that. I'm not coming back. I'm not being dependent on this person. I'm not sacrificing my kid. I can't be in this trailer. And if it was summertime, I probably could. But then it's going to get too hot in here. It's wintertime. It's freezing in here. And then I can't send her in this house with him. I don't know what you're capable of, but I can't get in this house or see what you're doing to my child when I was just living in this house and I seen what you were doing to me and her. I'm not coming back here, man. So I walked and I said, God, I might be sleeping outside today with my kid. I don't know where to go or what to do or who to call. And I don't have any cash. I have like 100 some bucks. So I started looking up motels. Like, if I can't get a hotel, but maybe I could get a motel at least for the night. I'm living on a prayer and I'm going day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour at this point. And then, like I said, I've been in touch with my good friend that I met in the summertime and we just clicked. And I've watched her go through the same exact stuff that I've been going through. And a lot of different things as well. And then I remember, working out for her. And I've just been so happy for her. And I've been trying to visit her. And I'm just like, Dad, every time I'm trying to visit her, I'm like, something's going on. I can't, yo. And then this happened and she just was like, how did it go? You moved your stuff. I'm like, yeah, and into the trailer. And honestly, I'm not going back there. I can't. I'm so scared. I'm like hyperventilating. And then, like, once I really picked my daughter up from school, I just went to the library. I was like, I don't got no place to go. It's about to get dark in the next hour. And it's cold outside. And I gotta go back to this trailer and get some stuff because I was so afraid when I was moving stuff in there that he'd pull up and he'd catch me. So when I was like, I don't have my charger, I don't have no change of clothes, I don't have nothing for my daughter, I don't got her medicine, I don't got nothing. I gotta go back here. And then, like I said, my friend just was following up, like, how did it go moving her stuff? I updated her. And then I'm like, I don't got nowhere to go, and I gotta get back to this trailer, and I can only be at the library till 5. And then she's like, "Oh, you can stay here at my place temporarily for like 3 days, 4 days at the most. Um, because, that's just how it works in your lease. Like, and then I could leave for a day and then come back and start the 4 days over. Um, and I just took it. I'm like, sure. She's like, I'll come pick you up. And I'm like, I'm right here at the library. And we waited. And she came. And ironically, she doesn't live too far from where I used to live. So, and then we went to the trailer a couple times and then we got caught. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're trying to leave and this person is like trying to block us into the driveway and trap us in there. And somehow she just worked a miracle and we got out of there. And then I got bombarded with like all the stuff that would happen to me in real life if I had to interact with this person. I got it through text messages. Like, so I was like, this is confirmation. This is good that I did not just like give up and say, you know what, I'm gonna just deal with whatever I'm gonna endure from this man who's already abused me and my kid. Yo, I'm not doing it. So that's why I said I want to thank God, because I've been living on a prayer all year, all year, running for my life with my kid and my bags, with nowhere to put them and not no plan, no prep. Just like I'm not enduring abuse and manipulation and mind games and control. I'm not enduring it. Not for myself and damn sure not for my kid. And that's why I've had such a crazy year this year. And it's just like, it just keeps working out for me because God, man, I keep praying and God keeps seeing me. God keeps answering me. And so this weekend, He gave us another place to lay our heads and stay warm and cook a meal. I had rice and beans again last night. I was so happy. I was so happy that I was able to make some rice and beans and string beans. So I thank God for anything I eat or drink throughout the day. Because, dag, I might not get nothing to eat or drink. Or I thank God for letting me take a shower. Because I might not have taken a shower. I thank God for letting me lay my head on a pillow in a bed and some blankets with a roof over my head for tonight again. Because I don't know where I'm going to be at tomorrow. That's where my life is. But that's why I said I believe in suddenlies. Suddenly my life can change overnight because it keeps changing overnight every day in small, mini miracles. God's going to give me that mega, major, mind blowing miracle. And my life is suddenly just going to be different and safe and stable. And this will just be like a test that I passed that gives me the ultimate testimony that secludes the struggle. You okay, boo? That secludes the struggle of this thing called my life. Right before my 40th birthday. So I'm like, I had 39 years of struggle, of strife, of trauma, of abuse, of manipulation, of mind games, of what the fuck is this? And this year is wrapping up that cycle. You know, I'm a cycle breaker. Changed the narrative. I flipped the script, and I'm leaving a legacy. So this is ending a long cycle of generational, like I've ended so many things simultaneously. This is funny. Simultaneously, I've ended so many cycles. I started this journey in 2014, but like this year, I've ended. Okay, you are the star of this show. This year, I've ended so many cycles between last year and this year. Like the tough shit, all the shit that I watched everyone else go through, like I've ended it. I've endured it to where that shit ends with me at all of it. And so many new things begin with me. And I am the example for my daughter that take nobody's shit, man. Because you don't eat shit, number one. And if you did, you want to eat other people's. Let's start there. But like, I am starting a new bloodline, a new lifeline, a new chapter. And my life is going to look a lot different before the year is over, but definitely by this time next year. 2026 has a lot of good things for me, but before 2025 ends, yo, God's truly gonna blow my mind. I've been asking and praying all year, God, please blow my mind. Blow my mind. And my mind has been blown, but that like ultimate mind blown is right around the corner. And so I enjoy being here. I mean, sharing this with you. Oh my gosh. I'm just really proud of myself for not giving up and not feeding into my fear and not saying I have to go back to the very thing I've been running away from, the very thing I just went on this journey. No, thank you. No, thank you. You can sit right there. And I'm really proud of myself because I could have just accepted that fate. But you know what? When I just ran from this lady's house, I was like, I read this book already. I already know how it ends. And I knew I would make it there to no freaking end of school year. I knew I'd get another deadline that was like not realistic. I already knew because I read the story already. So when I was moving myself back in that trailer, my heart was pounding and I'm like anxious and nervous and like I already know what will happen to me if I stayed in that trailer. I already know what will happen if I sacrifice my kid and be like, are you gonna be a dad now and take care of your kid? Cause I've been homeless all year. I can't do it. I'm barely. But you know what? I'm fucking doing it. And I am my daughter's home. It don't matter where we're at or where we're laying our head or what we're eating for the day. Like, I am my daughter's home. My daughter feels most comfortable with me. And I feel most comfortable with my daughter. And we need each other. And I can't be separated from her. Somebody already interrupted God's time playing games doing that. I've had never been away from my daughter since having her until somebody decided to interrupt God's time and take her from me and abuse my kid, yo. And have no remorse about it and then do it in front of my face and say, what you gonna do? You don't got nowhere to go. You don't got no friends. You just gotta endure and deal with my shits. No, the fuck I don't. But I endured it long enough until I decided you're not about to fucking kill me or my kid. And I'm getting out of here. And that's exactly what I did. And I've been running from place to place and house to house and having hell, living in other people's hells. I was just telling my friend that I'm staying with now for the weekend. I'm so happy that I can take a shower in your shower. It was the best shower I've had all year. The cleanest shower I've had all year. Because I'm living with people who think that they're better than people. Because you live in the suburbs. Not really, though. And your shower has maggots. I'm showering and bathing with my daughter in a shower that has maggots and worms. Get the fuck out of here. And we're just using a refrigerator that doesn't work. It's like keeping everything warm, lukewarm. Me and my daughter are like coughing up thick mucus and coughing. Nobody's like, and I'm just enduring it and just being like thankful and grateful. Like, at least it's better than being outside or going back to that man. Let me just endure it. Let me just take this 2.5 hour commute to get my daughter to school. And let me just be isolated in a room where I can't come in common spaces. My daughter just was able to look at a TV because we couldn't go in the living room. I just endure it. And then at the previous house that we were at, his mom's house, like, we're living with roaches. Why do you have roaches in 2025? And you try to act like you're better than somebody. And you try to act like you're so cleanly, and you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't have roaches. And if this lady was, you wouldn't have maggots in your shower. Or worms, or whatever the fuck they were. And if you had it like that, you'd be able to replace your fridge and your car wouldn't keep bringing down. Don't care if it is a stupid ass BMW. Don't care. Your shit's fucked up and you're trying to keep it together. You're trying to look like you living a better life than most people, and you're not, because you just was about to be homeless with you and your kid if this man didn't allow you to come back here from you going to live your true life, which is being a lesbian, and that's cool. Go live your life, man, but don't be freaking treating me or judging me when your shit stinks like everyone else's. And that's why I was like, this was just nice being here this weekend and just opening my eyes to a lot of things that I just been enduring. Yeah, I wish I could remember who on my live. I'm gonna go back and look on my lives, because somebody on my live, whoever said that, yo, you planted the biggest seed in my head. It was just like a light bulb. Because somebody I was doing a live a couple days ago. Maybe that was like last week, literally. I do a live every day, but last week I did a live and I was explaining my frustration about trying to leave where I was just at. And somebody on my live said, just endure it. What? Just endure it? It's like, are you clearly listening to anything I'm saying? I'm not gonna endure this shit. Just endure it and stay. No, I'm not enduring it and staying. Are you bugging? Do you know how much stuff I just endured for 10 years? I won't endure and stay. Not, and then I just endured shit. I just endured a lot of stuff in the 10 years. And then when I was able to see clearly, but even not really, because a person was poisoning me and I couldn't see. This eye, to be, as a matter of fact, what's up, Keith? Thanks for the affirmation. This eye, if you can see, like, the lid hangs lower than over here. And, like, last year, this eye was like this. I couldn't open my eye. And I didn't think about, like, it could be this person's poisoning me. Never thought that shit in a million years, yo. And it wasn't until I went, that's what made me be like, I'm not going through that. I wasn't until I finally got to go to an eye doctor because I'm thinking I have pink eye. I'm thinking I have what is that shit called? I can't think of it. But, oh, a sty. I'm thinking it's from stress. I'm thinking all this stuff. And then when I learned I might have to have surgery on my eyes to like open my eye back up, that I'd have to have surgery on both eyes because both of your eyes, even though because they move together, they're connected on the same muscle. That's what helps them move. So if you ever have anything on your eye, you have to get it done on both eyes. I'm like, I'm not going through another surgery with this man who I was just had a newborn baby and I was had a cast and crutches, and he told me, you gotta take care of this baby by yourself because you're the mom. That's what moms have to do. And I had to get out of a bed on crutches and put my child in a car seat and hop on one leg at a time and stop and pick up a car seat, move it, pick up the crutches, hop, stop, pick up, put like inch by inch by inch and get myself into the bathroom and then get myself into the shower on one fucking leg while that man sat there in the next room. And then when I needed stuff, when I was breastfeeding and I had asked for a drink so I can keep up my hydration and for my supply, figure out how to do it yourself, he'd tell me. What would you do if I wasn't here while being there? I'm telling you the things I have like endured and suffered through. Because I'm trying to figure out, why are you treating me like this? Who are you? How did I get here? And when you're telling me you decided to get the surgery, I'm not your CPA. I'm not taking care of you. Are you kidding me? I think I'm going through that again. And then I just was locked up away from my kid while this person told me to enjoy your box and try to commit me for 6 months to a year and try to take my mental health. And then when I got home, he told me he likes me being a vegetable. He loved it. He loved me being sedated. I couldn't do anything. And I just had a thought yesterday when I was helping my friend. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. I remember so much stuff. I am traumatized. I am traumatized from him, from his mom, from his dad, from his brother, from his aunt. And then I'm traumatized from this lady who I was calling a friend. And I'm just like, the more I understand, like, I don't really know you like that. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff like you are like his mom 2.0. But I'm going to just let it play out. So, to the person who told me that, I did endure it for as long as I thought I would. I'm sick of enduring people's shit, yo. And that's why I got to the point on Friday, like, I'm going to sleep outside with my kid. Because I'm not going back. I don't care what's going on. And the second he goes in that trailer and sees all my stuff in there, the kind of phone calls and text messages I'm about to get, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm straight. When I said, "What's up with the follow up of you saying you want to see your kid, spend time with her?" No response. Guess what life has taught me? No response is still a fucking response, bro. I'm never coming back there, and I don't care if you ever spend time with your kid. I'm straight. I don't. I just want to get as far away from you as I possibly can. And life has brought me full circle. Remember, I was saying full circle. I'm about to go live in this trailer, and the only place to go from there is up. And then I just remembered, like, no, when I'm around somebody that has access to me, I don't know what he's gonna do. But it's still a full circle moment because I'm not far. I'm not far from where I was. So I'm just happy that I'm close to my daughter's school, yo. All right, Keith, let me see what you're saying. Facts, thank you. Double the pleasure. Facts, yo. God give me double for my troubles. Triple, maybe even triple, because two's not my number, three is. So thank you.
Wow.
Yes, please help us. Mama bear, polar bear. I'm mama bear, polar bear, brown bear, all the bears. Facts. Come on, come on. You coming through. You preaching. I'm about to get off here and listen to a gospel sermon. Facts. Yo, God's gonna give me the keys. God's gonna give me my own keys. God is my biggest sponsor. God's gonna fund my lifestyle. God is gonna put me on display. God is going to have the last laugh. You see what I'm saying? Siler, what the fuck are you talking about? I can tell that you are a person that you don't listen. You've been here since summertime and you're a person that listens to respond instead of listening to understand. And I have no control over how you receive the information that I'm sharing about my life and the things that I'm going through. I can see that you're like one of those, you're a part of the masses. And sometimes the problem with being a part of the masses is that the M is silent. But you do you, bro. I'm on God's way. I'm on God's time. And if you're not locked in with God, you won't understand that. And if that's what I was supposed to do, then God would have told me to do that. And honestly, I already tried to do that at the beginning of the year. And I've been documenting my story and being completely, what's the word? Uh, Transparent. So I don't know what the fuck he's on here talking about, but you're one of those people that you just do what somebody else tells you to do, and you don't believe. You wouldn't have gone on this path that I went because you don't trust God, you don't trust insight, you don't trust vision. But go off. I would never take your advice because you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and that's you want me to be like a simple a simpleton. You want me to be a simpleton. You want me to do stuff that the average, standard, typical, normal girl would do. And I said girl to be nice. You're bugging. I'm not normal, standard, average, typical, standard, none of that stuff. And I don't do the stuff that you and somebody else has been trying to convince me to do, which is the path, the way. They tell me to put this man on child support when I don't have no money. and and why would I chase somebody to put him on child support? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got me back saying some stories that I already shared. If I am the third mom with the third kid and I've watched him not once but twice quit his jobs because the other moms have put him on child support so he didn't have to pay child support, you want me to go do the same stuff so I could get the same results? Get the fuck out of here. Why would I do that? I ain't chasing no man to beg him to take care of his kid. And I ain't going through nobody's court, giving my personal information, waiting for dates and times to make somebody do what they're supposed to do. I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing going through nobody's courts and through somebody's paperwork so that they can assign this man to pay me X amount of dollars for a month when he's not going to pay them. When one, he's not going to pay them, and they give you bare minimum. The first mom, I remember, she was getting $18 a month. What the fuck do you want me to do with $18 a month? And that was back in what, 2000, damn, the early 2000s. And I remember I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the degree of the person I was with. So when he's clowning her like, oh, bitch, catch me if you can, I'm not paying that. Like, you ain't paying $18 a month. $18 a month ain't gonna do nothing for your kids. You're clearly not listening. This nigga's stupid. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm not chasing no man to put him on child support, and I ain't chasing the courts to give me money, and I ain't chasing the courts to give me a place to stay. So, like I said, I'm not a dummy. I'm very smart. So, I figured out a way to get myself cash assistance without putting somebody on child support. And I seem to be smarter than the average person, because every girl that I talk to that got baby mama drama, okay, baby daddy drama, but I should call him baby mama. I don't like that terminology, period, point blank. But let me tell you something. Every single girl was like, oh, just put my child support. It's going to catch up with him sooner or later. Yeah, girl, you might not get paid. And yeah, it's a hassle to go through the courts and file paperwork on him. But eventually, in like 5, 10 years, it'll catch up with him. And guess what? He's not going to be able to get a license. He's not going to be able to, like, he's going to be fined. Those are girls, those type of girls are girls that they like drama, number one. And then number two is that they're more concerned about the man than the kid. That nigga, I ain't concerned about no man that ain't really a man and don't want to take care of his kids. I'm concerned about feeding my daughter, and I'm put in a predicament, a sticky situation that I don't know how to get out of, but there's always a loophole. And I ain't doing something to be like playing cat and mouse games with this man. So fuck him. There's a loophole for everything. That's what nursing taught me. Nursing taught me to document everything and that there's always a loophole. The way that somebody's telling you is that's the way the masses go. But if you're smart enough and you research and development, you'll find a loophole. So that's what I did. I found a fucking loophole. Fuck that nigga. Yo, you just pissed me off. And so I'm getting cash benefits. So I got a little bit of income to get my daughter Pampers. I mean, to get her some pull-ups, to get her some food, to get her some medicine, and to get us around if I need to, here and there on a lift if I can't get around on the bus. This is where my life has been subjected. And I don't give the credit to a man. I give it to God, because God got me away from that man for a reason. And the longer that the year goes by and the more time I spend away from that man, the clearer I see about like who I was just with and who I'd make excuses for and who I would defend. No. So guess what, Siler? I ain't going to nobody's court. I already did that. I already got a restraining order. I already got that shit drove me crazy. And it's fun for him and his mom, because people who like drama, they like that. They love to be in somebody's court begging and pleading for an answer. You have not been listening to nothing on my lives, because no matter what I'm going through, my messages hit fucking the same every time, which is take responsibility for your own life. Take your life into your own hands and stop asking for a fucking handout. Are you a waitress? Are you just always looking for a fucking tip? No, in this world of technology, remaining ignorant is a choice. When you could give yourself knowledge, you could figure this shit out by yourself. It doesn't matter what you have to go through or how you have to go through it. I'm just documenting my life. I don't care if I had to sleep outside. Like, you're not listening to anything I'm saying. I don't care. I'm not going to somebody's fucking court begging for a fucking handout, and the handout that they give you is bare minimum bullshit. I just was with a man dealing with bare minimum and asking, why are you treating me like this? Because I don't treat you like that. I don't treat you bare minimum, average, standard, typical. I treat you with VIP experience with whatever you think I fucking do. So fuck that shit. I'm not gonna give my magic away to other people. I'm gonna start giving it to myself and to my kid. And this is just you seeing me coming up from fucking the place beneath rock bottom. Because I've been hit rock bottom. I'm on bedrock at this point. And so you're going to see, like I said, God's going to put me on display. And I'm going to fucking get the last laugh. And motherfuckers is going to be like, how did you do that? How did you just go from all this shit I've been documenting, man? From the pits to the penthouse, your palace in the sky. How did you do that? God. How did you go from no car, no car to the bus to a Lambo? God. That's how. God. Well, Siler, guess what? I can get mad if I want to, because let me tell you something. If you are here on my page and you are listening to respond instead of listening to understand, which means when I'm talking, I'm always popping my shit and I'm always dropping gems. I'm always dropping life lessons and things that you should be learning from and taking in and being like, wow, like I should be giving you a different perspective. If you're coming here giving me the average masses perspective, bounce. Because what the fuck is you talking about? You think I don't know all this average shit you're telling me? If that was the case, I wouldn't be sitting here documenting my fucking life and saying I'm not going that route. Because I already know how that story ends on some with some bullshit. And I don't eat shit. I don't want nobody else's shit. So I don't know what you're talking about. But if you don't have a thought provoking point of view, you can take your average standard doing what the masses do point of view the fuck up out of here. Yo, what are you talking about? That shit's crazy to me. And I don't know how you just took me there, man. Got me swearing and stuff. But you know, I'm on the edge. Like, I've been on the edge. So I'm not even on the edge. I jumped long time ago. Long time ago. And I be on here like saying thought provoking shits while using my life and the thing I'm going through as a teachable moment. I am always in teaching mode. I'm using this shit on a teachable moment. I don't get on here and be, woe is me. Guess what happened to me? Guess what I'm going through? Oh my gosh. Can you give me some advice? What should I do? I don't need your fucking advice. Because I follow what God tells me to do every single day. So I'm here right now where I stayed the weekend for the laying my head because this is where God brought me. Because on Friday, when I was doing my live from the library, shook. Like, I don't know where to go with my kid. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to call. Somebody, God had somebody reach out to me and say, you could stay here. So all this shit is God. It's not me. And if I was listening to anybody on the fucking internet or family or friends, God be fucked. Why the fuck you think I've been staying and doing this stuff that I've been doing? It's not, no, not people. It's God, yo. Because if there was, I have tons of family. You know how much family I have that live here in Springfield? And if they wanted to help me, they'd fucking help me. No, they're a part of the masses, seeing you have a hard time and want to give you a harder time because they're just that miserable and trying to act like they're better than everybody because they have a roof over their head. But look how you're living. I was just showering with maggots and worms. And I was just living with somebody cooking their kitchen with roaches. But you're acting like what? Because the outside of your house looks pampered and clean and put together, but what's going on the inside? Shit, you're sweeping under the rug. I grew up like this, and I won't live like this for me or my kid, but I'll endure it because I'm being afraid of the journey that God put me on, and I stopped being afraid. And I said, I'm going to do what God tells me to do because these people can't treat me like this. It shouldn't be. If you are my mother-in-law or my daughter's grandma or her father or her father-in-law or her grandfather, I don't have time for this shit. And fuck them. That's what they want me to do. They want me to take them to court so that they don't know nothing about except drama and sadness and like showing up for some shit that they don't really want to show up for so they can complain. I don't have time for that. I don't want to be around people like that. And like I said, life is funny, but God is funnier. And at the end of last year, I said, God, I don't want to go into this year the same. I don't want my year to start off the same, and I don't want it to end the same. Like I said, God always answers my prayers. My lips are so dry. So the year ain't but started off the same, and the in between hasn't been the same, and it's damn sure not about to end the same. So I don't care what I just went through. This is a test and a testimony, and I passed. And you know what? I was just thinking about passing tests. I was just thinking about my friend that I was just staying with, and how um she said that she regrets bringing us to her house. Okay. She said that she regretted it. And not only did she say it once, she said it twice, which lets me know that, oh yeah, you really meant it. But how I received it, okay, point of view. How I received it was when we connected, I had said a prayer, same prayer that I'm like living on a prayer all year, and I'm like, God, like my family's being entertained by what I'm going through, and then I came over here to deal with his family, and I'm getting double the abuse. Like I was just getting it from one person, and I'm getting it from two people, and I don't like I have been isolated, and I haven't had no friends. This man has been my only friend, and I've been like speaking and like giving life to him while he's been draining and like trying to take mine. I don't know where to go or who to call. And then this friend reached out to me at like 2 in the morning, which it was is not normal for like the kind of relationship that we had. So when I God said, just tell her what's going on. Tell her what's going on. And then we connected. And I had several conversations with her, especially from the first point of like, soon as she picked me up, I'm like, this is God. This has been aligned by God because, yo, why did you reach out to me at like 2 in the morning? Because that's not normal for our like interactions. And she was like, it was God. Motherfuckers be just talking because they got lips. They just be saying shit. It probably was God for her. I believe that it was, but I don't believe for her that she's so heavily invested in God, because if you regretting doing something that God told you to do, and like I said, I found out that the reason that she did things that she did is for a hidden agenda, like an ulterior motive. So if you're regretting something, then all I said to her was like, that's fine. You can feel however you want to feel. I'm not doing nothing to you or your kid. You've like blocked me from your kid. And at the end of the day, if you decided you wanted to help me and now you regret it, then that just simply means that it wasn't from your heart. It wasn't authentic. It's just not who you are. It's not part of your character. That's what I said to her. But when I really think about it, it's just like you take that up with God. If you regret following what God told you to do and you're trying to not be on God's time like I am, you're not seeing like all the shit that I'm doing. Like I haven't went to anybody's space and just like eat it like Peggy Bundy, like just sitting on their couch, watching their TV, eating up their snacks, and just not trying to figure out my next move, my next thing. I'm doing mad shits. And then when I have to read a motherfucker by telling them all the things I'm doing, it's like, and I don't even have to read and tell them that shit anymore because they see it. And motherfuckers ain't built like me. They wouldn't do the things that I'm doing, man. And so I'm just like, you be mad with God, man. You be mad with God. And guess what? Guess what I was thinking last night? I'm like, yo, I wrote these people. That's why I'm so glad I document everything. Just last month, at the beginning of the month, I wrote both of them a letter because I've been telling people like God's gonna sponsor my lifestyle and I'm gonna have so much money that I'm not gonna know what to do with it. So right now I'm documenting, I'm creating a lifeline. Like people that have helped me authentically and genuinely along the way. Most of the people on my list are strangers. They were on my list. And for some reason, last month I was at the library and God said, write them a letter. Write them a letter. And in the letter, I said a lot of things. But in one of them, I said I was gonna when I was staying there, I was asking them what's their goal because I told y'all that they're older. They're like in their late 60s, almost 70. And I've been asking them like, what's your dream? And the husband's dream is to retire so he could spend all the time with his daughter. And then she didn't have really a dream. Like she came up with like six different other things. The main thing that I heard was that she don't be working her 70s. So like I wrote them a whole letter of like in the future of like giving, because I have this whole vision of God's gonna put me on display and God's gonna bless me with like so much money, and I'm not gonna know what to do with it. I'm never gonna like look for money, want for money ever again. Because one, I'm not moved by money. I don't treat people depending on how my bank account, how much money I got in my bank account, or how much money I could splurge. Like I don't treat people like that. That's why, and like when people go against their word because they're like so focused on money, like you didn't pass your test. So I have this vision, like I've written out letters to everybody that I'm gonna like bless with money because that's all these people care about is money. But as far as them, like God had me write them a letter of, and the at the end of the letter it's like, here, um I told you that I was gonna bless you when God blessed me. So this, accept this blessing from me and my daughter through me and my daughter, but it's from God. And the blessing was to retire them, to pay them $100,000 a year each. And now I gotta write them a whole new letter because you didn't pass the test. See what I'm saying? Like God acts and works in miraculous ways, and God works through people. And God wants to have a relationship with everybody. It's not really about religion. But if God told you to do something and you started through it and then you fell through, you didn't pass the test because you're on your time, not God's time. Now I got to write these people a whole new letter. But I'm going to give them the original letter. Like you're so focused on money. Like you just blocked your blessing of like not having to worry about money ever again when God gives me what God told me he's going to give me. And I don't care that anybody doesn't believe me. People don't have belief. They don't even have a belief system. And people don't have sight. And people damn sure don't have insight. And people don't have vision. So I don't care. They're not going to believe it until they can see it. And that's the opposite of faith. That's the opposite of belief. But anywho, I'm going to write them a whole new letter. Like I'm still gonna pay. I'm in debt with people. Like yes, you took me into your house, your space. I'm thankful. I'll always be thankful. So I do owe you. I do owe you for the time because I value time more than money. I do owe you for the time and the initiative and like letting me stay in your place no matter the circumstances. So now I'm just gonna pay you back on time. Like I will calculate the time cost ratio of like staying at your house for a couple months. And then, hey, here's, $4,000, $2,000, like whatever it is, chump change. But I wish I could be there to see their faces. When you read this first letter that I wrote genuinely, authentically, that God told me to write, because that was the blessing for you. If you would have passed the test, if you would have hung in there, if you would have been a person of your word and did what God told you to do and followed it all the way through, and you didn't pass your test. I'm always pass my test because I'm locked in with God and I do what God tells me to do, and God tells me to do it. And like I said, God's told me to bless all of these people, but not in the way that I would do it with my heart. And that's why I had to go through all this stuff to really see, like, I be giving people too much benefit of the doubt. And I always end up with the doubt and they end up with all the benefit. And if God was going to bless me ahead of time, I would just be giving to all these people who are takers. But nonetheless, they still going to get blessed. Just not in the way that they should have, not in the way that India's heart would have operated. So, like I said, I'm going to get the last laugh. And not only am I going to get the last laugh, I'm going to be laughing for the rest of my life. And all these people that had access to me and connected to me, they're going to wish that they could be my friend. Yes? I'm going to give you the charger just in case you need it. Oh, yeah, I was going to come and, like, I'm on live, so I was going to, I'll be like, here, it's my charger. Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. um, yeah, life's about to get real interesting, real funny with me. Real fun, not funny. Sorry, real fun. But that Keith and Siler, y'all were going in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could not stop to read all these things that you're saying. But it's all good. I'm about to get off of here. I went over my hour time frame, but I'm gonna continue to document my life. Oh, thank you, Keith. I just read through all your stuff. Thank you for the affirmations. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna get paid to talk and share and be a talkative healer. And people are gonna pay to hear India speak and be like, oh gosh, guess who we got to speak for us today? India. Like, I see it. And people are gonna be blessed by my words. They're gonna be blessed by my testimony. They're gonna be blessed by the shit that I've suffered and survived through and suffered through. But all that you suffered through and survived through doesn't go wasted. It goes towards your purpose. Thank you. Yes, my India talks, because I don't know Ted, but I know India. And so thank you for coming to my India talk today. And yeah, that was my theme of just this weekend, y'all. I just like, thank God, thank you, God, thank you, God. Like, you keep seeing me, you keep hearing me, you keep answering my prayers. And this week is a new week yet again. What do you have in store for me? I feel like I'm in my own video game. I feel like every day is just like a new, like one of those advent calendars. Like, I open it, but instead of chocolate, it's a experience. It's just a journey. Like, where is Waldo? Where am I about to end up today? Yeah, you gotta give yourself a talk. You gotta talk all you can. But yeah, my daughter's still sleeping, so I'm probably gonna go take a shower and talk with my good friend here. Like, I should have been listening to her because she was telling me like stuff about the lady that ended up being true, and I was like, in the back of my head, like, yeah, my friend who is my real friend told me this, but like, why do I just be letting it play out? I guess like I have more of a story to tell. I don't know. But anyways, my lips. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you, God, for seeing me, sparing me, saving me, and my child, giving us a roof over our head, a bed to lay on, and a journey and a path that's not like no other. And I'm thankful for that because I don't want to be a part of the masses. I don't want to be average, standard, typical, normal, nothing. Nothing of those natures. I want to have a life that I don't have to run away from, a life that I don't have to vacation from, a life that other people dream of, that they wish that they could live, and that's just my life. It's my life already because, like I said, I have time freedom. No matter what I'm going through, materialistic wise. So I'm listening to freaking Siler. You're focused on materials. I'm focused on magic. I'm focused on manifestation because house and a car, that shit comes and goes. Money comes and goes. What are you talking about? And the typical, I did a whole talk on that of how I don't want a typical house and I don't want a typical car. I don't want none of that shit. That's why I just went through this. I want the best of the best of the best of the best options. But my life is going to be VIP every day. And then you're just going to be watching me like, how did you do that? I just remember when you was just sleeping from house to house, couch to couch, bed to bed, floor to floor. I heard you just walking, taking mad buses. Like, how did you get there? God. I thank God. Being locked into my God, my real father, my real provider. My friends keep telling me to like look for love. I'm not looking for love. Love and death are the two things you do not have to look for or chase. They will find you when the time is right. And I'm not focused on no man trying to be like my protector, my provider. God. God is the only man who is my protector and my provider. Okay? God is the only man who can make me cry. Happy tears. Man, they don't, there's no guarantee that they will protect or provide. A motherfucker just try to take my life and the life he created with me. And he made me cry. But their tears weren't happy. They were fear. They were like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it the next minute with this prayer. Like, please. So I'm thanking God in advance for the life that He's about to give me, and I've been thanking Him, and I'm so glad I started documenting over here because I'm always documenting. I've been telling my story and sharing my life. I just transferred from Instagram and Facebook to over here, and I like documenting it better over here because it's the the good's just got the good is just getting good. Just getting started. A man who deserves you, not want you. Facts. Facts, Keith. I'm not thinking about no man. That's what I was just telling the senior citizen. You think I'm thinking about a 70-year-old? Is this what's going on here? God, I don't want no parts of this. I don't know what's going on with senior citizen soap opera, but I clock out. That's what I've been on all year. I don't know what type of time you're on, but I'm clocking out because I don't work. And I don't work here. And I ain't punched a clock in 5 years counting. I ain't punching nobody's clock ever again in my life. And I'm not depending on other people's systems, yo. I'm depending on God. God. So yeah. Yeah, thanks, Keith. You're awesome. So I was gonna do a live last night, but I just been resting, yo. I just been resting because I don't know how my week's gonna go. But I feel like I'm gonna be covered and protected and launched. I'm just in alignment, yo. Everything is aligning, and I feel like this was the last shift in the alignments. And the only place to go is up and out. So that's where I'll be going. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. And thank you for coming to today's India talk. I'm gonna leave you with my 3 life lessons, lifestyle lessons that are near and dear from my heart. That come straight from my life my trauma, my suffering, but most importantly, my survival, which is why I'm still here to tell it. So, with that being said, number one, don't allow anybody to label you, including yourself, because those who try to label you want you to live in lack, not your purpose. They see something in you that they don't want you to see in yourself, which is usually your gifts. The thing that makes you purposeful. Oh, are you talking to me? Okay. The thing that makes the thing that gives you your purpose and makes you purposeful. They instead want you to live and lead with the label so that you will live a life of lack, you will live a life of limits, you will live a life of loss. So that's why you don't allow anybody to label you, including yourself. Number two, don't ever let anybody put you in a box. Those who try to put you in a box is simply because they cannot get out of theirs. And if you allow somebody to put you in a box, they then will try to put you in a ditch. Ask me how I know. And three, don't forget to turn your life into a lifestyle. And you do that by taking your life into your own hands and participating in your own rescue and saving yourself. Because absolutely, positively, nobody is coming to save you. You must save yourself. And the best way to start saving yourself is by first destroying the person you were told to be so that you can become the person you were born to be. This cat. Okay? Because absolutely nobody's coming to save you. And you save yourself through personal development, starting your personal development journey so that you can start developing personally. And if you start to tap into yourself more and out of the world less, you in return will save yourself from living the life that your parents want you to live, the life that society tries to create for you to live in, and the life that the school systems and the job systems try to mold for you to live within. Because you were not born to simply work a job, pay bills, and die. No, sir, no, ma'am. Okay? I'm not sure say abundance is a mindset. You were born to be magical. You were born to manifest. You were born to live your birthright, which is a life of abundance, prosperity, and a life of luxury. That is your birthright. And that you have to make it happen for you. Nobody else is coming to do that. And the best way to make that happen for you is by figuring out your purpose. And the way to figure out your purpose is to figure out what problem you were born to solve. We all were born to solve a problem and make the world a better place while we're here, but most importantly, while when we are not, aka your legacy. So the sooner you figure out what problem you were born to solve, the sooner you'll be living that abundance, that prosperity, that life of luxury. And with that being said, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And please do not forget that you are both a limited edition and an endangered species. So start acting like it.